The Mind Buzz, now partnered with MyGrito Industries.
This podcast episode of The Mind Buzz is brought to you by House of Chingazos. House of Chingazos is a Latino-owned online store that speaks to Latino culture and Latino experience. I love House of Chingazos because I like t-shirts that fit great and are comfortable to wear. I wear them on the podcast and to the carne asadas. Click the affiliate link in the show description and use promo code TheMindBuzz. That's TheMindBuzz to receive 10% off your entire purchase. The cash saved will go directly to the Mind Buzz podcast to help us do what we do best, and that's bringing you more Mind Buzz content. Click the link in the show description for more. The Mind Buzz is powered by Mind Buzz Media. Mind Buzz Media is an on-site video and audio podcast production company. Have you ever thought about starting your own video and audio podcast? Or do you have an existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Mind Buzz Media brings a professional podcast studio to you. Visit mindbuzz.org for more. It's 3 days away, and that's Delic Comedy. I don't know, I'm just super excited for this. It's 3 days away. I'm getting over from being dead for the past 3 days, or at least week, and I'm all for it. So, the Mind Buzz. We are back. What's up, Mind Buzz Universe? Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Buzz podcast. I am Gil, your host, and working the board is Amber. How are you, Amber?
Hey.
What's up?
I'm better.
How you been?
I've been better.
It's been a crazy, week?
Like week and a half.
And a day, maybe? It's all a blur, honestly. And then leading up to this Friday show is crazy.
Yeah, everything's been happening really, really fast.
It's too fast.
We had that packed weekend when we had the things we had to do, and then we had the pop-up, and then you got sick for like a week, and then you recuperated, and then I got sick, and then it's been crazy. Definitely.
Does it sound like I just woke up?
No?
Okay. We're good.
You're good.
We're on schedule.
But we're good. We're getting healthy. We're doing what we got to do. And
drinking water. I had no clue how much water I could drink until yesterday.
That's what we need. That's what your body... I feel like water is the answer to everything. Or maybe I'm just turning into my mom. Because my mom for everything would be like, toma agua.
Mm-hmm.
Toma agua. Mom, my stomach hurts. Drink water. My head hurts. Drink water. So now I'm her.
Yeah.
And I believe her now. She was right all this time.
The whole time. My family didn't. I wish my family would. We didn't really get pushed water. You know what I mean? So it's different.
Got it. Noted.
No, I'm serious.
What did they tell you if your head hurt?
I don't know. Go lay down.
Oh. That works too.
Or move out of the way. Close the door. What are you doing, kid?
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here. We're busy. Oh, it was fun though. No, I think it didn't come across that way. I mean, my dad was always drinking Coke and coffee, and that was it. Not much water. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, not anymore.
Not. All right. I think we have a MyGrito Weekly, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to get into our today's guest. So
Our today's guest?
Amber, take it away with the MyGrito Weekly.
Yeah. So Bad Hombres will be performing at La Cita in LA this Friday the 23rd. Heartless Sweetwater will be in Arizona at the Rhythm Room on February 29th. Maria Sanchez will be performing at Alex's Bar in Long Beach on March 2nd for Ladies Soul Night. Rundown Creeps released their new music video called Big Bear, which can be found on YouTube or the link on their Instagram bio. 3LH also released their latest single and music video, Darling, which can also be found on YouTube. The Paranoias will someday release their new music video. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit them up on their Instagram and ask them where it's at. Also, we are happy to share with you that MindBuzz Media has partnered up with MyGrito on producing their very first podcast show, self-titled The MyGrito Podcast, which can be viewed on YouTube or listened to on Spotify. You may have seen the announcements last week as we interviewed the co-owner of MyGrito last week, Oscar Toledo. The MyGrito Podcast first guest was... This is long, Oscar. Guest was Super Steve Flores, who was also interviewed on the MindBuzz. Make sure you subscribe and follow on the MyGrito Podcast. For more details on their shows, go to the artist Instagram page and don't forget to visit mygrito.net. Hey, go check that out.
Go check it out. Go check out the MyGrito Podcast down on the show description. And without further ado, let's get into today's guest, Miguel and Omar from Protocall. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Hey.
Hello.
Really good,
Good
thank
evening.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Despite we had cancellations, reschedules, the rainy day season, all that good stuff, you guys are finally here.
That Churnator couldn't keep us apart.
Right? Exactly.
It was meant to be. It was fate.
So I thank you guys for coming out and doing the podcast. We've gotten connected through our homie Dante.
That's right.
The homie that's in where is he located? Because he's doing business all around the world.
He's
I
in
feel
He's in the DF.
Yeah, Mexico City.
yeah.
Yeah.
La capital.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, he connected us both, and you guys are working on a project.
Yeah, it's been a while now. It's been a while. We Miguel and I, we're the members of Protocol, and we've released our first album February of last year. And we had plans on doing it February this year, but we just get lazy.
Yeah.
But it's
Happens.
it's underway. We just released our first single and getting ready to release our next single on March 12th.
Nice.
So things are moving slowly but surely.
And how many members are in the band besides you two?
25.
Whoa, it's an orchestra. Protocol orchestra. I like it. What do you play? The triangle and trombone? That's cool.
The timpani. No, it's just a 2.0. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
A synth.
Oh, okay.
That's your regular synth pop
Two-piece
standard
band.
two-piece.
Do you mind if we play some of your music? Amber was playing it earlier today.
Absolutely not. I can't get enough of it.
He's like, no more, no more. Are you guys on Spotify?
Barely.
Okay.
But it's on there.
Yes.
I'll go on the Instagram.
There we go. Pull up their Insta.
This one was, I really like this one.
Oh, the
The
Christmas?
Christmas one. I know it's not Christmas, but I really liked it.
Do it.
It's a shame that we weren't able to release that this year. Last year, maybe this Christmas time.
We made it in the studio, so if you say there's just having fun.
That's cool.
It sounds really cool.
Oh, the sequence, the programming for the synthesizer sequences took me about half a year.
Whoa.
Shoot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I to be scared or to be like
Exactly.
merry, but I like it.
But as soon as the beat comes in, like the synthesizers sound like snowflakes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The sequences. Here you go.
I'm going to put it up.
Oh my God.
That's so cool.
That is really awesome. Do they know it's Christmas?
You see what I mean about the the visuality of when you hear it, it sounds like kind of like snowflakes.
Yeah. See, this is the kind of Christmas music I need in my life. I'm tired of the same old Christmas music.
Yeah, I'm tired of what's her face?
Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
Let's bring Protocol.
Yeah. Let's replace Mariah Carey with Protocol.
I'm down.
Let's do that. Let's all.
Now, one song they need to put to rest is this is a mix of whenever we do a cover, we do 2 songs. And I find the songs that I like, and they have to be relatively close to each other as far as the beat, how fast the beat is, because we mix it into one. So the beginning is Do They Know It's Christmas, and the second one is Last Christmas. However, Last Christmas, the way that we did it is very protocol. It's very innovative. It's very, you've never heard anything like that. But that is one song that they really need to put to rest, because I must have heard like at least 20 different versions. And I mean, I heard Backstreet Boys, was it, or In Sync, something like that. I've heard many different versions of people that have like the resources to do something cool, and it just sounds like stale.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds
I
really
agree.
stale.
I like that version.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's really cool. So how would you guys, for someone that wouldn't know, maybe even like for myself, like how do you describe the type of music that you guys make? Like what is like synth pop? Like how would you describe it?
Well, synth pop is basically when you had your punk music and you had, you know, bass guitar and drums, and you were able to eliminate the drums, the bass, and the guitar and swap them with synthesizers and drum machines. You know, they're still playing the role. There's a bass synth. There's a sequence that's doing the role of a guitar, and there's a drum machine that's playing the role of a drummer. But it's a little bit more refined, because synth pop, we're talking at least 80, 81, and by that point we had gone through post punk, and things were really refined. That's why it's pop. It's supposed to be very luscious recordings, and you know, big productions, not, you know, raw rock.
Yeah, there is something about Protocol, which is a mix with some rock. So we can call them as synth rock, you know. Like,
Yeah.
there is some really nice, sometimes aggressive guitars, you know. And that's it makes a really nice mix. It's really hard to find like this type of music, you know. We're pretty proud of about Protocol because it's different.
And I guess what we're trying to say is that there is synth pop, and there are a lot of bands that are synth pop, and that is basically just paying homage to all the 80s stuff, and it's just basically just repeating those same formulas, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. But we like to create new music, innovative music, and to do just synth pop, it's kind of limited. So what we do is kind of synth pop rock, because I'm also influenced by the 90s, not only 80s. 90s was more like where I grew up. But as you get older and older, a lot of music loses class, or I just don't relate to like Deftones at this point anymore, talking about skateboards and wearing Dickies. Like I'm over that. I've been over that. I like music that grows with me, that matures with me. And for some reason, it's always been synth pop that has had this very sophisticated approach to music and romance as well. And those bands, when they wrote those albums, they must have been 20, 22 years old. But in comparison to the kids now that are that age, they were like wizards of maturity. You know, you don't find that anymore. So that's kind of like what we gravitate to. It's just music that really speaks to us at this point in life, you know.
Would you say that what you play now is completely different than what you listened to in your 20s?
No, not really. In our 20s, I mean, I still love Incubus, and it's because of that point, because they didn't stay there with all the other metal new metal, although they're not really new metal, but like that generation, they always seem to have more of a poetry and more of an outlook on a positive outlook on life,
Gotcha.
as opposed to like Linkin Park talking about so many negative things. And well, you bring negativity into your life, you talk about it, you're going to bring it into your life,
Right.
And but no, that's the whole point. That as I grow older, all the bands that I've listened to before in my life, they've been eliminating. And what I've noticed in the last 15 years is that the only ones that really stay there are the synth pop, because they were always ahead of me to begin with.
I see what
Gotcha.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's at the end. Well, all the music that we do is because it's a fusion or those bands that we really like or we are identified with, and it's pretty cool because you can feel it, when you are finishing a song or and just start listening, how it's building it, and then you can start adding different sounds, but it's that like a fusion of different styles or different bands that you really like.
So when you're creating a song or a project, do you have a certain sound that you're working towards, or does it just develop as you're going?
No.
It just come out
Yeah.
from nothing, but it's something that it attracts you. You find some sound and then you said, "Oh, this is perfect." But at the end, we're two piece. So when we listen, what we are building, at the end, we are in the same spot, both of us.
Oh,
and
okay.
then you start seeing like what you are creating at the end. As something that is a fusion of everything, or the band that he likes and the bands that I like, or the styles that we like, So
Yeah, I mean, I guess when we're talking about fusion, is that there are a lot of synth pop bands that just, like I said before, they have a good sound, and you listen to their album, and they're all pretty much the same, and that's fine. That is fine. However, I get bored as a musician playing that stuff live, or even just writing it, because I'm going to have to hear it 1,000 times when I'm doing the mix and I'm doing the master. So I have to write music that I really, really am passionate about. And when we talk about the fusion, is that there is no one formula. Like, for example, Twin Tribes or She Passed Away. Those are great bands and all. But once you have that recipe down, you could do an album. There's nothing new, different about the next song. And with this, it's like, for example, this first new single that we put out for the new album, it's more alternative synth pop. The next one that's coming out is more post-punk synth rock. The next one that's coming out is more dark wave. And then the following that is bossa nova electronics, which is the first time I've ever heard something like that.
Yeah, that's something I've never heard of before either.
So that's the difference between Protocol and other synthetic music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You guys are always developing something new and fusing something.
I mean,
completely new.
obviously, Protocol it's Spanish and a lot of songs are in English, half and half.
Yeah.
And also this new album is going to have one song in German. And it's very theatrical. It's very,
Yeah, what I think is the music is like a playground, and then you have to have fun.
Yeah.
So whatever is there, you just have fun. Most of the bands try to found and like a style, or most of the times use the same recipe, but we try to all the time like playing with everything that we have. It doesn't have to be like, for example, post-punk or new wave, dark wave. We have all those styles, but we can create that style with
some new fusion.
And fusion as a protocol. We have to leave a mark of this is us, and I think that's the reason we have fun.
I mean, it has its ups and it has its downs. I mean, for music, being innovative, that's what I'm all about. We get the job done. Now, getting gigs, it's hard because we're not 100% post-punk. We're
Yeah.
not 100% gothic. We're not 100% dark wave. And we have pop elements in us. So wherever we go, it's like we don't really fit. That's the problem.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but it's also really cool that you guys aren't like that, because like we were saying, like, you don't get stale, and you create music as you mature and as you progress in age and time. Because there's bands that are timeless, but again, they were bands that you listened to when you were 15, like you were saying about skateboarding and things like that, and you can't really, as an adult, or like for myself, a 33-year-old now, I can't. You know, I can listen to it one time, but it's not something que me llega. It's not something that, you know, when I'm in my field, I want to listen to.
You can only be a teenage dirtbag for so long.
Yeah, or skater boy, or, you know, something like that. So
absolutely.
I like that. I like that because I never thought of that. I just always thought that you had to choose a different artist or a different genre in music as you matured. But kind of creating music and creating music as you mature and as your time changes is really cool concept, and I'm glad that you guys.
I mean, everything I do is for art. I don't expect anything.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for fame or anything, or like money or anything like that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's art.
Yeah.
But we knew from the beginning that doing this, we were going to be on risky waters. We knew it.
Yeah.
We knew it. Or we could have just played it safe. I mean, I could make you a post-punk album one day. One day I could make you the 10 songs, and, you know, we'll be right there playing with you know, what's happening right now, the post-punk pandemonium, you know. But no. At the end of the day, all we've got is our art, and we're proud of it. We're proud of it, even though not everybody catches on to it too quickly, but the ones that do tend to hold on and like it.
Yeah, why do you think that some bands still play it safe? Is it because of the fear of fitting into a certain genre or getting gigs?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I think that at least 90% of the people that are out there trying to make music do it for popularity and for fame. And, you know, followers. And if you're an attractive lady, if you're a band of girls, or if you're a handsome guy, and you get followings for the wrong reasons, not specifically because of your music, you know, that there's a thing going on that's been going on for the last 10 years, that if you know how to sell yourself, that you'll get it. I mean, I know many artists that have ridiculous amount of followers, but in my opinion have absolutely no talent.
Right.
You know, I mean, and then there are some that have a lot of talent and have absolutely no followers or even a Spotify page, you know. So it's all up in the air. Who has the resources, who knows how to do something or what. But to be honest, it's not only with music, it's with everything nowadays. With social media, everything is because you want followers, and that is basically fame.
Right.
You know, that's all it is.
Let's talk about Phil Collins, right? He's not a good-looking guy, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
Billy
you know,
Joel.
there is. I think in these days, if Billy Joel or Phil Collins was looking to be famous, or or express their talent, I don't think they're gonna be accepted.
You
No,
have to do a TikTok dance or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because most of the people they're looking for how
An
they
image.
the looks, the image.
yeah.
You know.
You think James Brown would have been as famous?
No.
Or
No.
he's a good looking guy, no?
No.
He's in the middle?
No, he's pretty ugly.
Yeah, he's pretty ugly.
but that's why he has that. You know, he's so funky like that. You know?
Yeah.
He's so ugly.
Rick James.
Rick James? I
He's
mean,
so
come on with
ugly,
those
he's
braids.
cute.
Right? You see those dogs that
I think-
have eyes all
Yeah, all
weird with the
crazy, but
tongue
they-
sticking out and no
people love
teeth.
them.
Yeah, but people love them.
Yeah, I forgot what movie it was. It was some comedy comrom, whatever. But they were talking about Jim Croce, and he's one of the best folk singers, songwriters of all time. Messaging, time in a bottle, all that stuff. Saying, what do you think if he were to be here? The same question you just asked, because I guess like one of the actors was an A&R person and saying, "Oh, this is such beautiful music. Do you think they would make it nowadays?" And they both start laughing. And go, look at that face. There's no way. There's just no way. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's sad that's what we've kind of come to, and
we're in it right now. It's happening.
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
It's probably been happening for the past decade, like you just said.
I used to always think because I would think like, is it just me that I'm getting older and I'm busting one of those like back in the day or back in my day, those like cuando estaba más joven las cosas eran diferentes, things were. So I was thinking like, is that what I'm busting right now? But then I come to a conclusion that no, it's just
it's always been like that.
Music is not. It's not what it used to be before. I feel like personally myself, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like you're saying, like it's more of an appearance of how you carry yourself, the fashion, what kind of show are you gonna give, what's your following on Instagram, TikTok, like that's what gets
so
you
you're saying that that's how it is now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, well, look at like all the people that got famous during the pandemic when they hopped on TikTok, and that one girl, Olivia Rodrigo or one of those, she just went on TikTok, she sang, and then she blew up, and now she's like a multi-billion platinum recording artist and all these things, and it's like she's good, but she's not great, and it's
I think it's a mixture of some luck and some preparation, right? And when you're prepared enough for that certain little split second in the universe of time, and you get just a little bit of traction and keeps building. I mean, that's where the success, at least in social media, comes from. Is if you just hit it right, because it's a gamble. Some of it, I've read that some of these things are statistically, there's a science behind social media, right? Which I get. There's algorithms for different things, but also sometimes it just comes down to pure fucking luck. Sometimes.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah.
But like the whole discussion here is that it's no longer talent.
Yeah,
it's no longer talent because I mean. I to be completely honest, like I'm overwhelmed. I get a headache. Sometimes I'm fed up with it. The fact that we've got to handle all the social media, that we have to do, follow up with Spotify, follow up with YouTube, follow up with all these different accounts that a band needs nowadays. To be considered a band. And then by the time I'm doing that, I'm like, well, damn, like when do I actually write music? Like any of the
you're right.
Like to be honest, again, like I don't have that demeanor, I don't have that type of personality where I'm like selling myself on a video. If you do that, that's fine, but I'm not the type to be like, hey, next Friday my album drops, and like be promoting that every day and just infesting the people with your world. I put it out there once or twice. They already know us. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, I'm not going to convince you to buy it. But there's hardly any room to do that. Any of the artists that I love, they don't have that personality either. I don't see Jim Morrison going out and like, hey, follow my Instagram account. Like,
what would the Lizard King do now? Like, what would the Lizard King be on Instagram?
I don't think so.
Right? Would James Brown be on Instagram? Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would be. Little dance tutorials.
Have you seen? Have you seen his interview on a news channel?
Oh yeah,
it is super hilarious. It is fucking amazing. Have you seen this? Amber?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god! It's when I'm having a bad day, I look up that video because it's my favorite. But just put up a little bit. I want to see. I've been in a James Brown mood for the past. He just got out of he just got arrested or something, or he just got out of jail, and the news was asking him about something. Oh yeah, there you go. That's it.
He sure was fly though.
He was on a good one. I'm seeing him. Look at him.
You got
Look at him.
better hair than any of us.
How did all of this trouble begin? Living in America.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in
Nothing
any
wrong.
difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Have all the charges been dropped?
Yeah, I'm out on love.
I don't love.
Are you out on love or out of love? Which is it?
Out on love. Alone from night to night.
Now, James, this isn't the first time you and your wife have had a problem. On
This
the
is
Truth
national
and Dare to work
TV.
together.
This is CNN.
You want to talk about music and you don't want to talk about what happened.
No, it's all over.
Well, let's talk about your tour. When are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
And where are you going?
Oh, that's good.
Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Now, your fans will have read all about this, James. Aren't you concerned about
Muchas
that?
gracias, yo te quiero mucho. No.
That was inaudible. He had nothing to say. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. It's a lot of work on how to be, like what you said, how to be considered, a band. Where's the time left for you to actually start working on your project?
Well, it's hard to find time.
Yeah,
it's hard to find time. I mean, I do most of the writing, but regardless, like Miguel here, he's got his family. I'm lucky I didn't go that route, and I have more time. But because of that, I'm spoiled, and I need my naps. And
there we go.
I'm very picky, but whenever I do make time, you pick up the guitar and you just start fiddling, have some ideas, and then I show Miguel some ideas, and he's like, you know what, those are cool. Let's make them a song. I'll write a chorus or write this, that, the other. Okay, now we have the idea what we're gonna do. Now let's really record it, So then we start doing the DAW, the digital audio, and so let me just put it this way: for each song, it takes me about 4 months.
Oh wow!
For each song, it takes me about 4 months, and that's because, and it's too much. It's too much, really. It is for most bands. It's 1 month, but what we have is the sound.
Yeah,
that's what we have. That's what we go by, and to me, that's a difference. I was never really much into punk growing up. I couldn't stand the sound of it, how horrible it was recorded. If I would have been in the 70s, I was telling Miguel, I would have been like a huge BG fan, or or even when post-punk started. But the punk, like I can't. I just can't. I would have been much more into like singer-songwriters, or I love ELO, things like that. Those things open up my mind a lot. But yeah, we focus too much on the quality of the product. And like I said, I have to really love a song because I'm going to hear it a lot of times. Miguel, you want to tell how many times I heard the last song, this newest release?
Yes.
It's like 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I've been doing. Really
you listen to it for 1 billion times, and then you still have to go out and perform it too, right?
Yeah. You know what? There is something that is good. We have a lot of songs, right? We still have a lot of songs, which is gonna be more easy, in some way.
Yeah, it gets easier.
Yeah, but yeah, for the first album, it was kind of hard, right? Because we tried to find like the way to get the song done, and we start looking for a guy that helped us, right? Remember?
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money in.
We're trying to find a producer, somebody at the beginning, somebody to record us, and we'll pay him if it's going to be at a great level, and we must have recorded one song like with 4 different people.
Whoa.
And every time I just felt like crying, like this is horrible. This sounds like a brick. All you're doing is just making it sound like everything that's out there. You know, like you just press the preset.
Yeah, and it's really funny because one of the producers, he told us like, okay guys, but how do you wanna
sound?
How do you wanna sound? and then when
how do
he
you
asked,
want to sound?
Yeah.
What a question, right?
Yeah.
Like
we was like, okay.
Duran Duran. I mean, what? I'm like no, I want to sound like, you know, how Duran Duran
We're not sound like Protocol, you know.
Sounded like Duran Duran,
right?
You know, and nobody could get it. Me myself, I grew up since I was really young, doing a lot of recordings with multi-track cassettes and tape, a lot of reel tape, basically analog machines, and I'm really good at it actually. But you know, for about I don't know how many years, 10 years, I just never got into like the computer stuff, you know, like Ableton or what is it?
Ableton,
and well, you know, all those DAWs. And but I mean, and then I was like, you know what? We have spent like almost $10,000 trying to get this one song done, and it sounds like crap. I know I could do a better job. All I have to do is learn how to navigate with the program, because I know everything. I've done it, but by hand, like with real equipment. So it took me about a year to really like master it with tutorials on YouTube. And thank God all that stuff is available.
Yeah, you can learn anything on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So I got into, I mean, like I said, I already know how to do it, but I just needed to know how to travel within the program itself. Once I got it down, it was a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. I knew exactly what I was doing and exactly how I wanted my sound to sound, our sound to sound. But yeah, you know, you live, you learn, man. It's just you lost a year there. We lost about 2 years to having faith in a drummer that we wanted to have an electronic drummer behind us, like with an electronic drum set. Sound very new wave, and you know, story of my life. You know, every band I've been in, somebody gets married, or somebody gets into drugs, or this person is just not willing to go all the way, and everything just falls apart and falls apart and falls apart. So after we invested so much time into recording with people and a drummer, we were starting again from scratch. So from that point on, it was like, it's just the two of us. It's a synth pop band. You know, I can't take any more risk. It's too much.
Having a band, it takes a lot from everybody, right? It takes a lot, but you just have to. How do I explain this?
Commit yourself.
Right. Yeah.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
And it's a commitment between, not just a commitment between yourself, but a commitment to other people. It's like it's like marrying different people, but for the sake of something.
I can let him down, you know. If we already planned something,
right?
We have to, you know, make it work. So yeah, it's hard, but you know, at the end, when you see, you know, the product, you say like, you know, it's worth it.
Yeah, and it's not only a commitment, but it's also, I think, the true artist sacrifice. And I mean that, like, even with time that you spend with your family, and you're looked upon as like that weird artist. You know, he may come around every other Christmas, but not every Christmas, because he's busy, you know. And like I said, we haven't made any money off of it. I've never made any money off of this. I never gotten any real recognition or anything, but I do it for the sake of art. And if there's one thing that you can count on with Protocol, is that you're going to get something that's truly pure. And that in itself is it's worth it.
Nice.
So take me back to this analog machine, because I've seen a digital audio workstation. I'm trying to remember what
Yeah, kind of like a multi-track recorder.
Right,
but
right.
But it's still digital.
Do you remember what? Because I want to take a look at one.
Oh yeah, I know them all. I know all the task cams, all the Rolands.
Can you look up
What did I look up?
I want to see the actual like physical one that you used, the analog. Like what is that?
Like the one that I first first one I got was like a task cam, a 4-track.
Is it that one?
Cassette.
No.
No.
That's a toy compared to what he's talking about.
No, well, I mean, the very first one I had.
Digital, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the first one.
No. We're talking about tape,
Yeah.
not digital. Those are digital. Tape,
So what would I Google?
4-track tape.
Tape.
Yeah. There you go.
This one.
Yeah.
Recorder?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
It was kind of like the one, the blue one. No, at the end, the $380 one. Yeah, that one.
This one.
That one. That was like in 1995, I believe. I had that in my room, and as you can see, you only have six tracks or so, and you have to bounce them. And nowadays, when you have your DAW, Jesus Christ! Dude,
Oh, there's a tape right there. So
yeah.
So everything's you plug in your stuff on the back,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And are they all 1/4-inch inputs?
No, they're 1/4-inch in the back, and then there's you get like 2 XLRs for your microphones. But yeah, you would just connect your drum machine after you've programmed it, and then you would record it on 2 channels. Then you would add your bass, and then you would jump them again. So you're taking up 4 tracks, and you jump them into 2. Then you have 4 free again. You see what I'm saying? And this is like to me, this was like amazing when I was a teenager in my room. Coming up with my songs, and then I moved on to the 8-track. Then in 2000s, you moved on to the big digital consoles. They're bigger, 32 channels, and 32 channel consoles. And but that's where I started.
Why would you even need 30? You would need there's somebody out there using 32.
When I started, no, but like for instance, this last song, this new song coming up on March 12th, we used 28 tracks, but but this song that we just released in D, it has 78.
Jeez,
Now you can understand why it took me 4 months to balance all that out.
Whoa,
yeah, because
So
it's
78 different like little because I don't know music, okay? So
Yeah.
you're talking to
like
a
for
first grader here.
right? No, like for example, there are claps.
Okay.
And that's on 1 track,
That's
and then
wild.
on another one there's like a snap.
So
That's
you
taking
have
up another one.
78 different.
78 different.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
I mean, the drums are taking about 15 by themselves.
Yeah.
By
Whoa.
themselves. And the guitars take up about another 10 or 12. Then we have. Most of the time I use 2 different types of bass, like a real bass on the verses, and in this particular case, it was a real bass on the chorus, and I mean on the verse and on the chorus, it's a synth bass. So when you try to mix those, it's like, whoa. You get all these ideas and it sounds cool, but when you actually try to like make sense out of it, it takes a lot of finesse and a lot of work and a lot of knowing how to feel the weight of music.
Yeah, because how do you even, I mean, obviously you both know how, but like me, if you gave me 78 different tracks, I'd be like, where the hell do I put this and this and
Right.
that and like that? I can't even imagine how your guys' brain is wired, because that's crazy.
Running on fumes. It's really hard.
That's amazing, though. That's amazing.
and then especially to go from one generation of making music
Right.
to another generation of making music, right? Like you have to go from this world, learn this world, and then go to a computer. Basically the same type of stuff, maybe a little bit different.
Yeah.
Maybe the names are changed
Yeah.
on certain things, and then to create music again.
Yes.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I've only been able to work with a DAW, and that's it. I don't need to learn anything else unless something else in the future
exactly.
gets like maybe GarageBand is no longer accessible anymore, and it's a different.
I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I remember, this is why I like stuff like this, is because I used to record radio songs on tape.
Correct.
You know how they had those radios where you had the tape and you had a blank tape and just exactly. That was always fun for me. Amber just recently got into what is it called, the vinyl DJing. Amber just got a cool set.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that was just navigating that, learning how to RC. Like, I've never messed with RC cables before. All my stuff is XLR.
Wow.
Yeah.
That really makes me feel old.
We've always been into like vinyl, at least for like myself. We've always both been into vinyl because of our parents, but we've only had one single like consola, like one console, and we didn't have to hook anything up.
And nothing crazy, just the Vitrola type of nothing crazy, just the plug and play.
So we got I got a whole system because I said that this year I wanted to learn how to DJ vinyl, and we got it, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? There's all these buttons and everything, and I'm like, I thought this was gonna be easier, like me just putting the vinyl and putting it, but it's not.
I mean, it is easy once you get the concept of it.
Yeah.
I was a DJ before I started writing songs.
Oh,
when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Hey,
yeah, we were like the little kids that hung around the cool older brothers.
Oh.
I didn't have an older brother, but my friends, they're older brothers. It's just, this is Depeche Mode, and this is The Cure, and they would take us. I remember going to a club like in Melrose when I was 15, like 21 and over.
Yeah,
like all the time. Like I grew up like quick, But yeah, that was my thing for up until 8th grade when I started picking up the guitar. But for 3 years, I was just DJing, buying records, and basically what it is, I mean, you could go either way. Like, well, I mean, you have to hear a song and you got to know, okay, well, it's that fast. I know another song that's about that fast.
That's gonna match,
or at least relatively somewhere in there. And then you're playing that song, and then on the other turntable, at least my technique was that like you get the snare, so it's boom ka. You have the ka right here, ka 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 ka. So this is going boom ka boom ka. You release it on the ka boom ksh, boom ksh, boom ksh, boom, and now they're locked. But you have to find your speed, get them.
See, I'm gonna get tips from you. I'm getting tips from my dad and his best friend, and los dos, ni uno ni el otro, can make up their mind.
It's supposed to be fun.
No, yeah.
It's supposed to be fun.
But it doesn't get fun when your parent is like, but don't do it like that. And I'm like, oh man. So my dad used to, my dad's from, he was born in Mexico but brought here young, so he kind of grew up here. So my dad used to pop lock, and he was into like that time in the 80s, and so was his friend and everything. So his friend used to DJ, and then my dad used to kind of like DJ as well, según él. So they're both right now, when I brought the turntables home, they were like, oh my God. And, they're all excited. And then my dad's friends, like, he doesn't have kids. So it's kind of like I'm his kid, And he's like, I'm going to buy you lights. Y te voy a comprar esto and this and that. And I'm like, I don't know how to break it to him that people don't DJ with like lights anymore. So I just let it happen. Gilbert's like, you're not going to need a light. And I'm like, just let him buy me a light.
Give me a beaded jacket too.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you buy
She needs a glove,
whatever.
just one glove. Have him get
like,
you one
you buy
glove.
whatever lights you want to buy. Go for
It'll
it.
be like a Michael Jackson glove,
Yeah.
but it'll be soft, so you pick it up and you clean the record.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Good times.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's funny.
But yeah, that vinyl thing is it's coming back, dude. It's wild how certain things like that from the past always make it into what's happening now. Like even bands are they're racing. I heard there's like a shortage or something because there's only one place that makes vinyl in where is it? I don't even remember. We gotta look that up.
Yeah.
There's a lot, but they're really expensive.
Is that?
Yeah, they're
That's
really
what it is?
expensive. I mean, you're looking at least $4,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. Because what's expensive is just that first print. And after that that's the big deal.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of bands do their music on CDs now.
CDs, yeah.
Yeah.
Or tapes. Who's making tapes now? Right?
I haven't seen that.
I want to see people make tapes.
That's mainly like the indie,
Yeah.
like the indie crowd.
Yeah.
That makes, because it's kind of like,
Retro.
it goes cheek on cheek, retro-ish, and that's I mean, it's just we were talking about things come back in style or whatnot.
Yeah.
I still have like my raver clothes that are back now in style, and like bell bottoms that I used to buy at Aardvarks, and now bell bottoms are,
Yeah.
they're on sale again, and Levi's and whatnot, they're selling them, and then my skinny jeans, they came back 20 years after, and everything. I'm lucky I don't throw anything away.
Yeah, if you just hold on to them for just 5 more years, they're gonna come back.
Yeah, but I could hold
It's
on
gonna
to
come
them,
back.
but it doesn't mean I'm a size 0.
Doesn't mean it's gonna fit.
I'm like, I'm not the same size as 10 years ago.
Doesn't mean it's gonna fit. But you can always hold on to them for another couple of years.
Yo has
It'll
a whole
be in.
stack of shirts that he wore in high school that he's like,
I still have them.
I'm gonna fit into them.
Because there's shirts you're never gonna see again.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
Maybe you
why.
will. Maybe in 20 years.
Maybe. But I don't think so because those bands don't even print
True.
shirts anymore.
So who are some of there's a question for both of you. Who are some of the bands that inspired or not even inspired, but some of the bands that you like and that you gain, I guess some inspiration from? So either of you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, I could talk for hours.
No, we're good.
No. When we got together, we both have different influences, and like I said, I also come from like a grunge background, an alternative background. I love prog music, and I die for jazz and country music as well. Like I love all those genres. I love Elvis and Beatles. I'm a huge Beatlemaniac. We both collect records as well, vinyl. But when we came together, you have to have a common ground. And the common ground was more like the synthetic music. And again, because of their maturity of being able to play popular music with a certain maturity. And those bands, a shortcut to thinking would be like Depeche Mode. That's too plain. It's more like the New Romantics, like Ultravox, Talk, Japan. These are all bands between 79 and 82, as well as Duran, but like, that era between 79 and 82. It was called New Romantics. It was a movement from the post-punk, but it was, the name says it all, New Romantics. It's very poetic. It's going to sound lush. It's going to be of a high production quality, and I think that's where we mesh. And on the synth stuff, on the New Romantics. Now I could be more poppy, and I could be more into like OMD and bands like that. And he's a little darker, he's like Wolfsheim and Blue turns pink, and he's got a
Yeah, it's more like dark wave, gothic wave, and all those like post-punk. I really love post-punk, but I identify my music is like more like dark wave, those like the 80s, but more like that style. Even here I have a Sisters of Mercy, and I love that type of music. Bauhaus, you know, and, Pink turns blue. There is Evao. There's a bunch of bands, but that type of music I like it because I like to go to the clubs and dance.
He's a dancer.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like because
Nice.
it's something that is pretty cool because you can go there and you can dance and nobody is gonna ¿cómo se dice? Criticar, judge you, yeah.
Critique, yeah.
Yeah. So no te van a juzgar. So you have fun, you know. It's a really nice place, and you enjoy the music. You enjoy the people. You know,
Yeah,
it's different.
It's a whole event. I mean, not only the dancing and the music, but like the getting dressed up and you know, feeling like a gothic Saturday Night Fever, like when you oh, there go the guys from Protocol. What's up? You know, you get a little bit extra special attention just because you're in a band. You know,
Nice.
so that's cool. But it's the whole thing. It's like the fashion and the music and the friends. It's a big community.
It's the culture.
It's a huge community, and you know, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But after, you know. There are like different degrees of synth music, you know, like it could get really dark and really like bondage and leather and whips and you know, it's just dark and I'm like, that's cool, like, you know, in certain doses, but there's also like the soft side, like Pet Shop Boys. It's like super pink, you know, and like flowers and whatnot. Yeah. So like Miguel's over here, and like I'm like somewhere in the middle, and somewhere
Miguel's with whips and
whips, chains, and
so it's a good combination.
Yeah,
if we were both dark, then it wouldn't.
yeah.
There'd be so many bands like that already.
There's enough contrast between both of you
Yeah.
guys.
It's a really nice balance. Even
Okay.
you can feel it in the music, in the songs.
I'll tell him, no, that's too dark. You went too far.
Yeah. Sometimes he tell me, hey, it's too dark.
Miguel, are you from eres de Mexico?
Jalisco.
Nice.
Jalisco.
So is there a lot of bands in Mexico with the same type of like post-punk and like synth and all that, or is it not?
No, there is a lot of bands that they have. They try to do like new styles, you know. And but honestly, I never heard like something like that we are doing, you know.
Yeah.
It's more like rock, punk, and indie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's Jalisco. There is a lot of fans of really good music. You know, I'm telling you because when I was in la secundaria, it's like kind of like high school, right?
Yeah. Or
Yeah. So here, like I love the Cure, you know, and then I met with Joy Division those days, and I started knowing I knew post-punk bands because it's funny, but there is a lot of 80s bands which it was post-punk when they start. So you start looking for those albums, and you start knowing, they start growing, you know, your favorite bands, you know. But it's a lot of people that they like, you know, looking. Most of the people, they are looking for new music, and they really enjoy the music. So
nice. I think one of the I don't know, don't get mad at me, but there was a band that I came across a couple years ago, que eran de Mexico. But I think they're called like Frio Lento or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they made a lot of songs, but like they did like a reggaeton song that kind of went viral, but they made it into like that post-punk like type of
Yeah,
you
but,
know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I heard of that.
Pull it up.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I mean about.
But it's because
that's what I mean about
it's
the
because
movement.
it's trending. It's trending.
Yeah.
That type of
The
music.
style
you know?
of music is trending.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I don't know if they're on here.
there you
Is it them? Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Oh yeah. See, they did.
Bichota.
This was
It's
the one.
fun.
So they hold on. Give me
It's
some
fun.
context here. So they're a what type of band are they?
It's post punk.
Post punk.
They're a post punk
Yeah.
band, and then they made a reggaeton
So
song.
yeah, this is a
They
reggaeton
took
song.
they took the lyrics and the melody from a reggaeton
Yeah.
song.
Oh,
And then they also do like this one, La Gata Bajo la Lluvia, which is
me see,
is
play
like a doña song, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
One of my favorites, but I'm a doña.
It's fun. It's funny.
Yeah. It's like 80s.
So this isn't a-
like
That's the style. Yeah.
reggaeton.
no,
song?
wow, no, it's
The lyrics.
the lyrics is from the reggaeton song.
Oh, okay. So they covered it, but
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
cover.
oh, okay. Hmm.
So that was one that was like going around, and it was the first time I had heard like
Yeah.
something newer in Spanish that I was like, what the
Right.
heck?
Oh, okay.
And then it went like crazy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That went crazy.
yeah, it went pretty viral.
What?
It was
Yeah.
like during like the pandemic.
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between like post punk and like all these different ones? Like, is there a difference or?
Well, they
Yeah.
take only the beat and the synthesizer as well, everything, and they just made something like.
It's a given.
But it's the same formula, you know. It's something that you can make it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It is nothing like nothing new, you know.
Definitely not innovative. I
Yeah.
mean, I am a truly strong believer, like about what you are, what you eat, and it goes hand in hand. Like you are what you listen to.
It's because it's popular, like it's trending.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we wanna be,
But then again, like I don't follow anybody.
yeah,
You know,
Right.
I go by my own current.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like if I listen to bad music, like it sets me back. You know, it sets me back intelligently. I
Yeah.
feel like I lost
it's-
brain cells.
it's a funny
I'm not- yeah,
song, you know.
like,
It's
seriously.
Yeah.
it's the
Seriously.
way they mix like reggaeton with post punk is funny,
So it's more entertainment
Yeah.
than like actual music.
but in giving my point is there is no juice, you
No.
know.
it's just very one-sided.
No substance.
Yeah,
at
no
all.
Got
substance,
it.
but
No
yeah.
depth.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you're going to hear millions of songs like this because of AI. See what I'm saying? You
Because it's
should
really
just
easy.
punch in, oh, I want to make a post-punk song. Post-punk? Who do you want to sound like? This person. And what the technology, how far it is that you could sing and you can make your track, and then AI will ask you, what singer do you want me to translate your vocals to?
Oh.
And it would actually, you could actually pick Eddie Vedder, and it'll make your vocals sound like Eddie Vedder, and that's AI. And then the song came up artificially as well. So I don't see this any different from that. But like every little noise and every single grain that you hear from Protocol was made by us and
Yeah.
handpicked and engineered and worked on a lot. It wasn't just a loop that we stole or something like that.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming out and
Anytime.
doing the podcast.
Thank
I
you,
really
guys.
appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead and tell us where we can find you, and if you have anything coming up, go ahead and
Oh
share it.
yeah, we're just trying to fill up our Instagram. We only have a couple of family members following us. That would be follow_protocol in Instagram, and yeah, we're gonna have a show at Bricks Rock Bar with a bunch of independent LA Spanish bands on Saturday the 20th of April. So you have 2 months exactly to clear your calendars.
Nice.
You want to go to the that flyer. I think it's the.
It's that one.
There we go.
This one right here.
Yep. Oh yeah! Whoa! It's a whole thing too.
Oh,
It's a-
it's like-
Whoa!
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys gonna have fun.
Yeah,
Whoa!
we
Yeah,
go
it's a
on-
whole day thing. That's
yeah,
cool.
We go on at 11 p.m.
All right, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna go here, take a nap,
Yeah, somewhere we gotta
and then we're gonna go back.
toss in a nap
Excellent. Yeah.
in there.
So yeah, just make sure you follow us here on Instagram. We're trying to build this up a little bit. And in our bios where we have our latest single.
All right, cool. Oh, it's in Maywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too far.
No, not at all.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, for you,
Wow. From here, yes, but from where we always are, no.
No.
yeah.
We
just
hang
see-
out in North Long Beach and Paramount,
Fancy.
Downey. Cool. So all the links to Protocol stuff will be down in the show description. Follow them on Instagram. Check out their stuff on YouTube. Their link is right there, and I'll put the link down in the show description. If you're listening to this on Spotify, click the link. It's in the show description. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out their YouTube chingadera. So, what else do we got, Amber?
The show on Friday.
The show on Friday, Delic Comedy. Come out and check out local comedy. Peace.
Podcast.